Hey everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Before we dive in, I want you to take a moment with me. Let's just reflect for a second. What truly defines a woman's beauty, especially after she's lived a full and rich life? Is it skin without a single line? A figure from when we were in our 20s? Or is it the latest designer clothes? It feels like society has this unwritten rule book for us, doesn't it? They say, once a woman hits a certain age, she should cut her hair short and keep it neat. They say, you must dye your gray hair, as if it's something to be ashamed of. And the worst one of all, they say we should choose styles that are safe or age appropriate. But I have to ask you, who gets to make those rules? And who says our beauty has to be confined by those outdated expectations? Today, we're going to throw that entire rule book out the window. We're going to talk about something far more powerful than all of that. Something that is both an ornament and a declaration. We are going to talk about our hair, and for Black women, for women of color, especially as we move into our 60s and beyond. Hair is never just hair. No, it is a cultural legacy. It is a statement of our identity, and it is the ultimate expression of a natural beauty that has been perfected by the sun and the storms of life. So in today's video, I'm not just going to give you a simple list of hairstyles. We're going to go so much deeper than that. Together, we are going to dive deep into 5 of the most iconic styles. We'll explore their proud history. We'll understand their rich cultural significance. I'll share the expert care techniques you need to make them shine. And most importantly, we will listen to incredibly inspiring personal stories, all to send one powerful message of freedom, confidence, and pride that knows no age. So, go ahead and grab a warm cup of tea, find a comfortable spot to settle in, and let's begin this journey of celebrating timeless beauty together. All right, let's kick things off with our first style. And believe me when I tell you, this isn't just a hairstyle. It's a crown. I'm talking about the natural afro. Have you ever felt like your hair carries more weight than just what it looks like? With the afro, that couldn't be more true. This isn't just about letting your hair grow freely, not at all. It's a powerful symbol of liberation, of pride in where you come from. And on the deepest level, it's about a radical self-love. To really get its power, you have to look back for a minute. Think about the seismic shifts of the 1960s, the civil rights movement. Back then, for a Black woman to wear her hair in an afro, that wasn't a fashion trend. No, that was a political act. It was a courageous rejection of the Eurocentric beauty standards that had been forced on us for centuries. Icons like the brilliant Angela Davis said her afro was a statement. It was her way of showing Black pride and challenging the status quo. It said, "My beauty is authentic, and I'm not hiding it anymore." What about you? Do you remember the first time you saw a proud, glorious afro and just felt inspired? For those of us women who are now over 60, this choice becomes even more personal. I can still smell it like it was yesterday. That sharp, chemical smell of relaxer filling up the salon. I remember the burn on my scalp, the stinging, and the hair breakage from those harsh chemicals. For decades, so many of us were taught that we had to tame our hair. We had to make it straight, make it manageable, just to be acceptable in the workplace and even in our own communities. Have you ever felt exhausted from trying to live up to a standard that wasn't made for you? So, choosing to wear an afro at this stage in life, it feels like a homecoming. It's a return to your true self after a long journey of conforming. It's a powerful declaration that says, my hair, my texture, my natural self is beautiful. Now, let's get into the technical side, because a glorious crown needs the right care, right? The biggest mistake is thinking an afro is wash and go. It's a garden that needs tending. First things first, get a professional shaping cut. You need to find a stylist who understands coily hair, someone who does a dry cut. Think of each of your coils as a tiny, unique spring. Cutting it dry lets the stylist see exactly how that spring bounces, and they can shape a soft, beautiful silhouette that complements your face perfectly. Next, and this is the absolute golden rule, moisture. Afro-textured hair gets thirsty, and the magic formula I swear by is the LOC method. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. L is for liquid, meaning water or a water-based leave-in conditioner to hydrate the hair. O is for oil, like coconut, jojoba, or argan oil, to seal that moisture in. And C is for cream, a thicker styling cream to define your coils and protect them from the elements. And finally, never forget to protect your crown while you sleep. A satin bonnet or a silk pillowcase is completely non-negotiable. You wouldn't scrub a fine silk blouse against a brick wall, right? Your hair deserves that same gentle care. The story of my client, Gloria, just brings this all to life. She relaxed her hair for 50 years. 50 years. When she finally did the big chop, cutting off all the processed hair to reveal her natural salt and pepper coils, she cried. She told me she felt naked, like she'd lost her armor. But then, something magical happened. She started to learn how to care for her garden, as she called it. She learned the LOC method. She learned how to detangle with kindness. And her afro bloomed. It was healthy, it was soft, and it shimmered with the most beautiful silver tones. She told me, for the first time in my life, I feel like the queen of my own life, not a version someone else wanted me to be. Are you on your own natural hair journey right now? Drop a comment below and share how it's making you feel. Let's all inspire each other. The afro is freedom. It's truth. It's unapologetic beauty. But sometimes, freedom also needs a little protection, doesn't it? Sometimes you want to give your hair a rest, a vacation, while still looking chic and elegant. So, if the afro is a bold statement of liberation, then our next style is a masterpiece of artistic protection. Welcome back. So, if the afro we just talked about is a bold declaration of freedom, then our next style is a masterpiece of artistic protection. It's a painting created with patience. I'm talking about box braids. Ever thought a hairstyle could be both a work of art and a vacation for your actual hair? That's exactly what box braids are. They are the perfect blend of intricate artistry, deep cultural heritage, and pure, undeniable practicality. They deliver an elegance and a sense of freedom that is just incredible for us older women. And the roots of this style go deeper than you can probably imagine. This isn't some modern invention. Historians have found Egyptian sculptures dating back over 5,000 years, depicting women with incredibly elaborate and complex braided styles. In many parts of Africa, braids were a language. They could tell people your tribe, your social status, whether you were married or single. It was a visual map of your identity worn on your head, a living heritage. Have you ever rocked box braids? What was your experience like? Now, for us women, especially once we're past 60, box braids take on a special meaning. They are the ultimate protective style. And what does protective mean? It means your natural hair is tucked away, shielded from the sun, the wind, and daily manipulation. It gives your hair a much-needed break, a chance to rest, recover, and grow stronger. And I'm just going to be real with you. Some mornings, I wake up and my hands are a little stiff. The idea of spending an hour styling my thick hair can feel like a real chore. Box braids release you from that. They are the gift of time and the gift of peace of mind. You wake up, and you're ready. You go on vacation, and you don't have to worry. That is a priceless kind of freedom. But to get that freedom, you have to do this right. Let's talk technique and care. First, and this is critical, choose the right size and length. I know those long, thick, dramatic braids look amazing. But as we get older, our hair follicles can be more fragile. Braids that are too heavy create constant tension on your roots, which can lead to a permanent type of hair loss called traction alopecia. My advice? Start with medium-sized braids, maybe shoulder length or just past. They're just as elegant, but so much gentler on your scalp. Second rule, scalp health is non-negotiable. Please, don't ever believe the myth that you don't wash your hair in braids. Your scalp still sweats. It still collects dirt. Here's a pro tip. Mix a little sulfate-free shampoo with water in a spray bottle. Spritz it directly on your scalp. Gently massage with the pads of your fingers, and rinse thoroughly. Doing that every week or two will keep your scalp clean and happy. And don't forget to moisturize the braids themselves with a light braid spray. The story of my client Eleanor just brings this to life so beautifully. She's 68, and her lifelong dream was a trip through Europe. But she was so anxious about what to do with her hair on the road. I suggested box braids. At first, she was hesitant. She asked me, "Am I too old for this style?" And I told her, "Honey, style and beauty have no expiration date." We chose a warm, chestnut brown color for her braids, and when she saw herself in the mirror, the light in her eyes was everything. She looked powerful and ready to take on the world. The postcard she sent me from Paris, with her smiling in front of the Eiffel Tower, her braids in a chic, elegant bun. She wrote, "These braids gave me the freedom to actually live my dream." Tell me about a time a hairstyle gave you an unexpected sense of freedom. Box braids are proof that patience creates a lasting, durable beauty. It's about elegance, protection, a smart, artistic choice. But what if you're not feeling patient? What if you don't want to sit for hours for an installation? What if you want to change? Right now, a statement that's sharp, bold, and full of personality? That's when you call on the power of the cut, a daring and modern liberation. All right, let's switch gears completely. This next one is for the woman who isn't waiting around. This is for the woman who wants a change right now. We're talking about the power of the cut, a daring, modern liberation known as the short tapered cut. Have you ever thought that sometimes cutting your hair off is actually the quickest way to find yourself? This cut is exactly that kind of statement. It's bold, it's confident, and it frees a woman from old, outdated rules. You know, that dusty, old-fashioned idea that older women should have long hair to hide their wrinkles or to look more feminine. Let's be very clear. That is nonsense. This haircut defies all of that. It doesn't hide you. It highlights you. It shows off your cheekbones. It brings out the light in your eyes. And it draws all the attention to your brilliant smile. The legendary designer Coco Chanel had an iconic saying, "A woman who cuts her hair is about to change her life." Has anyone here ever made a bold chop and felt like it changed your entire life? Drop that story in the comments. I want to hear it. And I can speak from experience on this one. I still remember the feeling the first time I went for a big chop after years of long hair. That feeling of the air on the back of my neck, it was more than just a physical weight being lifted. It was emotional. I felt lighter. I felt fiercer. I felt ready for anything. This style telegraphs a strong personality. For a woman who knows exactly who she is and isn't afraid to show it. Now, let's get into the specifics, because a great cut like this doesn't happen by accident. The number one most important factor is your stylist. They aren't just a barber. They are your hair's architect. This is a sculpture. They need to understand your face shape, your bone structure, and the personality of your unique curls. A perfect tapered cut flows, with the back and sides getting gradually shorter, while leaving enough length and volume on top to play with. So do your research. Look at their Instagram, check their portfolio. And if anyone tells you that short hair is boring, you can tell them to think again. Oh, the versatility. You can create gorgeous, defined curls on top with a mini twist out or some finger coils. You can use a little pomade or gel for a sleek, edgy, polished vibe. Or you can just use your fingertips to fluff it up for a soft, effortless, voluminous look. But listen, this is a commitment. To keep that shape looking sharp and clean, you've got to be in that salon chair every 4 to 6 weeks. Period. The story of my client Evelyn is one I will never, ever forget. She was a retired marketing executive, a woman used to power and a polished corporate image. After she retired, she felt lost, like she'd lost her identity. She came to me and said she needed a change, something to mark this new chapter in her life. When I suggested the tapered cut, she was terrified, but she trusted me. And as I started to cut, I could see the transformation happening in her face. With every lock of long hair that fell to the floor, it was like a weight from her past, from old expectations, was just being released. When she finally opened her eyes and looked in the mirror, she was silent for a long moment. And then she broke into the most beautiful, radiant smile. She just said, "There she is. That's me." The very next week, she signed up for a painting class, a passion she had put on hold for 40 years. That haircut didn't just change her look. It unlocked her soul. So let me ask you, do you believe confidence comes from hiding or from revealing? This cut is the answer. It's about bold statements, sharp silhouettes, and a powerful profile. But what if edgy and sharp isn't the vibe you're going for right now? What if you love the length you have, and you just want to enhance the natural beauty of your curls in the softest, most beautiful way? That's when we turn to a technique that's pure artistry, a dance of the curls. And here we are. After talking about that bold, powerful cut, we're now shifting into a completely different world. A world of softness, of elegance. This is where we explore a technique that's pure artistry, a dance of the curls. I'm talking about our fourth style, the twist out. Do you want that soft, defined, voluminous hair that looks completely effortless? That I woke up like this, kind of beautiful? The twist out is the secret behind that look. It's an artistic and incredibly gentle styling method. It doesn't change your hair. It honors it. It helps to define and enhance the natural beauty of your curls in the most delicate and sophisticated way. This is the perfect balance between letting your hair be completely free and giving it intentional structure and definition. It's what we call structured natural beauty. And this move toward embracing our natural texture is more than just a feeling. It's a fact. According to reports from Nielsen, sales for chemical relaxers have dropped by more than 30% over the last decade. What does that tell you? It tells you that more and more of us are choosing to love the hair we were born with. And for us older women, the twist out is a true gift. It is completely heat-free. When I think back on all the years I spent with blow dryers and flat irons, my poor hair went through so much. It got dry, brittle, and was prone to breakage. This technique is a way of saying, thank you, and I'm sorry, to our hair. It protects the health of our strands, which can be more delicate over time. And the feeling it gives you is just wonderful. Soft, bouncy, and so feminine. Have you ever done a twist out at home? What are your holy grail products or secrets? Now, let me walk you through the technique so you can do it yourself. The first, most important step is to prepare the perfect canvas. You need to start with hair that is freshly washed, deeply conditioned, and thoroughly detangled while it's still damp. Then, apply your favorite leave-in conditioner and styling cream. Second, you get to customize your look by choosing your twist size. It's simple. Want big, fluffy waves and more volume? Use bigger, chunkier twists. Want tight, super defined coils that last longer? Use smaller, more numerous twists. Next is the twisting technique itself. We're using the classic two-strand twist. You take a section of hair, divide it into two, and twist them around each other from the root all the way to the tip. Here's a little secret. Twist it firmly and evenly, especially as you get to the ends, to keep them from unraveling. And now for the golden rule of the twist out. Your hair must be 100% dry before you take it down. I cannot stress this enough. If you unravel them while they're still even a little bit damp, all your beautiful work will turn into a ball of frizz instantly. So be patient. Let them air dry overnight, or use a hooded dryer on a low setting. Finally, the takedown. A little bit of light oil on your fingertips is your best friend here. It reduces friction, prevents frizz, and adds a beautiful shine. Gently and slowly unravel each twist. The story of my client, Patricia, a retired piano teacher, touches my heart every time. She always thought of her beautiful natural hair as a hassle and kept it hidden away in a hasty bun. One day, she decided to try a twist out. She said the process of twisting each section felt like practicing a difficult piece of music. It required patience and focus. And when she took the twist out the next morning, her hair came to life in a symphony of silver curls. They were bouncy, vibrant, and full of life, like happy musical notes. She realized that caring for her hair wasn't a chore. It was a meditative ritual, a way to reconnect with the artist inside of her. For you, is taking time for your hair a form of meditation? The twist out is a beautiful beauty ritual, a work of art that requires time and love. But let's be real, we don't always have that kind of time, do we? What about those days when you need to look chic, polished, and put together in just a few minutes? That's when we call in the savior of our busy days. A style that's simple, but incredibly powerful. And finally, we have arrived at the savior of our busy days. Our fifth and final style, the high puff. It is the ultimate proof that simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. Do you believe me if I told you that in 5 minutes, with just one hair tie, you can create a look that's not only chic, but that also makes you look more vibrant and awake? Well, believe it, because that's the magic of the high puff. The brilliant Leonardo da Vinci once said, "Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication." And that perfectly describes the spirit of this style. Think of the high puff as the little black dress of natural hairstyles. It's always appropriate, it's always timeless, and it exudes a confidence that is completely effortless. It's the style of a woman who is comfortable in her own skin and in control of her beauty. Is the high puff your go-to hairstyle on busy days? Let me be honest with you. There are days when I just do not have the energy for a complicated routine. Days when I'd rather have an extra 10 minutes to finish my hot cup of coffee. On those days, the high puff is my absolute best friend. In just a few minutes, I have a look that's polished, put together, and I feel ready to take on the day. And here's another amazing secret it delivers, especially for us women. It gives you an instant, natural facelift. It's true. When you gather your hair high on top of your head, it creates a gentle, upward lift. It subtly tightens the skin around your eyes and temples, making your cheekbones appear higher and your whole face look brighter. Who doesn't love a free facelift? Am I right? But to get this simple look right, and to do it safely, we have to talk about technique. And this is the part one needs you to listen to most closely. Protect your edges. Tugging and pulling your hair back too tightly, day after day, will cause permanent damage and hair loss around your hairline. So, rule number 1, never pull it too tight. Rule number 2, throw away your standard rubber or elastic hair ties. Just get rid of them. They snag, they break, and they strangle your hair. Instead, invest in a satin scrunchie or an amazing tool called a puff cuff, which is designed to gather your hair, not to choke it. And for that extra polished look, let's talk about laying your edges. A spritz of water, a tiny bit of your favorite edge control, and a soft bristle brush. And here's the expert tip. Tie a silk scarf around your hairline for about 10 or 15 minutes. When you take it off, your edges will be perfectly laid and flawless. What are your best tips for protecting your edges when you wear an updo? Share them below. The story of my client Diane, who I call the superhero grandma, shows the true power of this style. She spends all her time and energy caring for her 3 energetic grandkids. She told me she often felt invisible in the beautiful chaos. Her hair always just pulled back in a hurry. Until one day, her 5-year-old granddaughter asked her the most innocent question. "Grandma, why doesn't your hair ever dance like a princess's?" That question woke something up in her. The next day, she took 10 minutes for herself. She followed the steps I taught her and created a beautiful, glorious high puff. When she walked out of her room, her grandkids' eyes went wide. Her granddaughter shouted, "Wow, Grandma, you look like a queen." From that day on, the high puff became her super suit. It wasn't just a hairstyle. It was a reminder that even on the most hectic days, she was still a beautiful, powerful woman. She was still the queen of her own kingdom. Do you agree that sometimes the simplest things can have the biggest impact? So, from the proud crown of the afro to the artistic braids, the bold cut, the soft dance of the twist out, and now, the simple elegance of the high puff. Each style tells a different story, creates a different feeling, doesn't it? But they all have one thing in common, a core message that I want us to sit with for a moment. And that right there is the core message that I want us to sit with for a moment. We have been on such a beautiful journey together today, haven't we? From the crown of freedom, to the braids of patience, from the cut of boldness, to the dance of soft curls, and the elegance of pure simplicity. You see, this was never just about hairstyles. This has been a story about choice, about identity, and about the journey of loving yourself. Because your hair, especially at this beautiful stage of life, isn't just hair. It is your living legacy. It's the journal that holds the stories of every storm you've weathered and all the peace you have found. And if there is just one lesson, one single truth, I want you to take with you after watching this, it is this: your beauty, your rules. Please say that to yourself every single day. Never let your age or anyone else write the rules for your beauty. Beauty has no expiration date, and confidence has no age limit. When you embrace your natural hair, with every coil, every curl, every silver strand, you are starting a quiet revolution. It's a powerful declaration that says, "I am enough," in a world that is constantly trying to tell you otherwise. So please, look at your hair as your canvas. Paint the story of your life on it. Decorate it with the colors of your joy, your pride, and your wisdom. Because it isn't just hair. It's your history. It's your culture. It's your heritage. And most important of all, it is you. Stay confident and stay radiant. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. And before you go, taking care of your crown is a critical step on your confidence journey. But it's only half the picture when it comes to your overall style and presence. A stunning hairstyle can be completely undermined by the wrong outfit. So, if you are truly serious about looking and feeling confident, youthful, and beautiful at any age. Then the next video on never wear this over 60. 5 dresses that instantly fix your style is the missing piece of the puzzle that you absolutely cannot afford to miss. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you'll be the first to see it. Until then, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.